Hello and welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we're going to be looking at other decks that we can kind of use right across in, or I suppose another way to look at it would be we're going to take a lot of the right across cards out of the right across deck and replace them with other cards and see if it makes it any better. So I guess if we just hop straight into the old Duel Links, it's going to register. There we go. We can see that today we're going to be playing Max Raider. So if anyone watched the video we put out yesterday, you would have seen that we did hint at the fact that Max Raider does work within this deck. It specifically works with Seath, because Seath can special summon a level 7 warrior type monster from your hand. Max Raider is level 7. On top of the fact that, combined with Hilt, who gives a 600 boost, Max Raider actually hits 3000, which is exactly the same as an Ancient Arise Dragon. Now, I think to try and say this deck is going to be as good as like Ancient Arise or Ancient Forces, I think is a little bit copium, but we do hit better numbers than the 27 we hit with Ride Across. So that's the general game plan. Because of that, we don't have to run as many spellcasters, because again, we're only on the one Ride Across who's in here basically just to search out the others, but also if we do need a boss monster, we can search out if we find a Hilt or a Seath. And again, this is not the finalized deck. We will probably be tweaking it a bunch to try and get the right numbers, because right now we only have 5 cards that can actually trigger our skill. So, hello, Dragson. Hopefully, Dragson, we're going to be winning some games with this subpar deck. I don't know if this is going to be better than the deck we were playing yesterday, just because yesterday we had the 7's Red Magician to fall back on. Today we don't have the 7's Red Magician to fall back on, which... turn this music down slightly. But yeah, today we do not have the 7's Red Magician to fall back on, which means this might end up feeling a little bit weaker. So we're going to see what happens. We are also just playing a random one-off Plaster Scout, and that's because we just kind of were like, none of the warrior or spellcaster bodies are particularly great, right? Like, Flame Golem can lower defense, but that shouldn't be a problem with this deck, really. So we've decided to go with the Plaster Scout just because it's the highest attack, level 4 or lower spellcaster slash warrior after everything else. So we've already got the Celtic Guardians, which is something you don't usually get to see, to go along with our Masakis, our Dark Sorcerers, and our Magic Jugglers. We don't really expect Plaster Scout's effect to do much, but it does technically play around Explosion Drive, so maybe it comes up. We're also on the one of Gaia, just because, again, it's the next highest attack guy. Again, we might be tweaking the numbers a little bit here. And the biggest improvement on the deck, in my opinion, is Piercing Samurai. Not having to actually run the spell card Pierce and have a way to get to our opponent's life points is always really, really good. Hello, Alpacalypse. Got to appreciate the commitment to the content. Yeah, I mean, we bought the cards, right? We're going to try and use them. Realistically, I think Seath and Hilt, this is as far as they go, right? They're not going to be used past this. Ride Across, again, we'll get the fusion later, so maybe we can do something with that. And Rightful Magic might end up being... All right, let's deal with this, shall we? Be really nice if this would go away. There we go. Let's just get rid of that. But that is the plan for today. I guess we'll just hop straight in, right? I mean, there's nothing else like super interesting to talk about today. Like, we have hit we've already used the new cards. We're using the new cards again today. We haven't got any new like news or anything. Obviously, we still know what's coming, but we've already spoken about the machine deck at length. So we'll have to see what actually comes of that, because I think when that machine deck, the Ace Breaker deck, does come out, that will be a very interesting addition to the game. We're quite looking forward to that. But until then, we're kind of just chilling, right? I mean, this is also our last stream before Christmas. So, or, you know, holidays, everyone else doesn't celebrate Christmas, but celebrates whatever else. Ooh, this is an interesting hand. Not great. Also not completely terrible, let's be honest. Well, it does look like we're against the Ancient Arise. Ancient Forces, okay. We're doing that just to bin. Now, again, the ban list has not come into effect yet, so these cards are not restricted. I mean, we only really have one good option here, right? There's no reason to hold back here. I think we do clear the defense monster as well. So we will clear... Do we care about our graveyard? I think I'd rather clear the Burning Blaze, because if we do find Seath, we can attack over Clear Ice, even though obviously Clear Ice is going to mess with our graveyard a little bit, but we don't really mind our graveyard. I mean, I guess we kind of do, because that means that Seath's effect will be a lot weaker. Hopefully whatever comes can shake up the Dragon Fest that's ladder currently. Yeah, it's one of those weird ones where the restriction list has been hitting the dragons quite a lot. But I do think that just means the new best deck is just going to be, you know, the Dragon aggro deck, the Ancient Arise plus Dragius aggro build. And then the second best deck is probably, again, just going to be the nerfed version of Ancient Forces. And then third is probably still going to be the nerfed version of Resonance. I wouldn't be surprised. Unfortunately, this is a really, really bad hand. We can still fix this, though. So we use Daybreak Order. So we'll put one of our high levels back into the deck. Then we can reveal Hilt to our opponent and grab out the Seath. And we will go ahead and take the Rightful Magic as well, because there's no reason not to. We will summon our only normal summonable monster. Then we are going to tribute it to get out the Seath. We can then activate Seath effect. And we will put back probably just all the normal summons at this point. We'll cheat out the Max Raider. Now the question becomes, do we play around anything? I don't think we need to. I think we're just going to set 2. This plays around his like destruction effects. So we will start by attacking into a Clear Ice. Okay, he's got nothing. Then we'll just get rid of the other Clear Ice, I guess. So what does that mean his back row is? This could be Hammer Crush. It could be... It's got to be a spell, right? It could be Monster Incarnation. I think if he had any combat trap, he uses it there. Tributes 2, probably for Ancient Arise. Unfortunately, this does not play around Ancient... Okay, so it was Hammer Crush. Hopefully he'll hit... Yep, he hit the wrong one, which is exactly what we wanted. Unfortunately, Ancient Arise is too big for us to use our trap against. So there's no point in even toggling. We'll just completely have perfect information going in. He attacks over this. We do take the 3,000 here. There's nothing we can do about that. And then hopefully we'll find something here. We draw for turn. Okay, what do we have engraved currently? We have 1 spellcaster. So if we were to search out our boy... I mean, what could we even do? We have to maintain these 2. We have to tribute out our big guy if we want him out. Our 2 little uns don't do anything. Alternatively, we just go all in on our back row. That doesn't seem like a good idea. We use our skill and grab out Ride Across. We'd have to get rid of one of these, tribute both of these. We still wouldn't have enough spellcasters engraved to use the effect, so that's completely pointless. Which means I think the play is just going to be normal, tribute for Hilt, set a back row, activate Hilt, boost this up, and then mean, I could kill his Arise. That's probably worth it. Let's do that. Let's kill the Arise. Boost this up again. Go battle. Swing over this. Now, unfortunately, again, this is not the greatest board, but we do have 2 trap cards, and he has already used a Hammer Crush. Okay, so he has just got another Ancient Arise, which I guess is fine. There's nothing we could really do to prevent this. Not sure why he's decided to kill Hilt. Reincarnation as well. Okay. That's kind of spooky. Means he drew Ancient Arise and Reincarnation, which is going to get him another double tribute, which is really bad for us, because if he's got the 3rd Ancient Arise... In fact, if he has Dragius... In fact, if he has anything, we're basically boned here now. Yeah, this is game. There's nothing we can do about this. Unfortunately, he just drew perfectly. He found the Reincarnation to get back the Seahorse. He had the double Ancient Arise. There's nothing we can do about that. And he even had the Phoenix Dragon on top. I mean, we'll do what we can, but we are dead. Just can't play around all of this. I mean, let's be honest, we weren't expecting to beat tier 1 meta threat Ancient Forces, but it does suck that he kind of drew everything he needed to out us there. We had an okay shot if he didn't summon out the 2nd Ancient Arise. But what do? Sometimes the enemy just draws the God Hand. Alright, let's go again and see if we can make something happen here. I don't know if the barrier is going to be barriering much with these stats. So, the thing to remember is that we do have 3 copies of Max Raider and the Gaia, which is our main core of our deck. Like, that is the aggro side of the deck. Like, that's the side that we want to be getting out all the time. And 23 and 24 are perfect to be played with the barrier. The thing about Ancient Arise is, it always beats the barrier no matter what. Like, literally, Ancient Arise is the counter to the barrier. So there's nothing we can do about that. Do we just hold on to Hilt? Maybe. I don't think we can end with just everything in our hand. I think we have to get out the Max Raider here. Very awkward, because this would have been a pretty good going second hand, but... The issue is, this loses so hard to just about anything. Legit pay-to-lose deck Lamau, and they say Konami is greedy. Yeah, it's one of those weird ones. I don't understand why they made this deck not have a free copy, right? If anything, this deck should have the free copy, and then the machine deck should be the one where you don't get the free copy, because that one will be better. Because if you get a free copy of a shit deck, yeah, it's shit, but it's free. You can't complain about it, right? Now, you could argue that making the better deck more expensive is worse, because obviously free-to-play kind of needs something to gravitate towards. Is this going to be Red Eyes Warriors, or is this going to be Red Eyes Rebels? Because he is playing Roa, but that doesn't mean he has to be on... Okay, he is. Okay, so we lose 2,000 life points here, but he's going to be very kind of open. Ooh, that back row could be scary. If that is a widespread as well, then we have been just completely sacked here. I think here we always use our skill. What is in our graveyard currently? We have one spell. We have 2 spellcasters. So that means we are always going to want to find our boy. We only have 4 cards in graveyard as is, which means if we try to get out Seath, that's not going to work out very well, which means I think we have to put Rightful Magic back. We will then reveal our Hilt. And we're going to grab out the Rider Cross. And we will take the Rightful Magic back to hand. Then we summon out our boys. As well as tribute out everyone's favorite Rider Cross. Activate Rider Cross effect. Go ahead and shut these two back. Summon out Seath. And we will summon out Hilt. We can activate Hilt to boost the attack of Rider Cross, and I think we are going to have to use Rightful Magic here, just because if that back row is a battle trap and we just lose to it, there's nothing we can do. At least like this, we only lose to Widespread. Okay, so this is fine. I don't know... Oh, we were just doing that just to put that back in. We're just throwing away the trap, basically. Not a huge fan of that play, but... Because I feel like he has so many outs to this board that he doesn't need to just chuck the Red Eyes Black Chick in the deck so early. Like, I've made a 13, 17, 21. This is hardly, like, the pinnacle of boards to break. It's like a single heavy metal outs this. This Growl now contests Rider Cross and then is the biggest thing on the board. Like I think you're going to be fine, mate. Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? You gonna... So we summoned out a Growl, but we haven't tributed a high level to get it out, so it's just an 18 vanilla. But surely you don't do this unless you have a plan. Maybe he's got some back row. Okay, Seahorse. That gets you another monster. Then what? We tribute both of these for a second copy of Heavy Metal? Can't tell if now the music's too quiet. Let's try turning this one up, because this track's a bit quiet. You think Seahorse Engine is going to be worth playing at 2? I think yes, it will be. The question becomes, is will people still use it over the Beast Engine? Because the Beast Engine is bigger, right? It takes up more cards in your deck, but it gives you offensive options that the Seahorse version does not. Seahorse is more versatile in this fact, or in the sense that you can use it a lot more frequently, but the Beast Engine gives you 1500 attackers, gives you Silverwolf, which can give you a 200 attack decrease, and is able to shuffle cards back in with its own in-engine loop using Paku Pakuchu. So, like, it's a weird one. I mean, I can break this board. I guess we just do, right? No, I can't break this board. I can maybe break this board. Breaking this board is awkward because Rightful Magic only works if I have 2 with the same attribute, and I have a Dark, Earth, Light. I could get out 2 Darks, but then I have to crash. But if I don't, I can't beat it anyway. So I guess we're just going to crash. So we'll go Piercing, Piercing. Activate Piercing. Then I guess we'll take Piercing again, just to throw another card in the grave. We can then activate Rightful. Weaken this one. Set. Go to battle. We have to attack into this. This is probably a 0 defense monster. Then we crash in here. And we always get rid of Growl because it's a high level. So if he tributes over it with another Growl or draws a Heavy Metal, he's just got it for free. Ghost Cyclone. That's a pretty good top deck here. I mean, the barrier is not super great into this exact board. Obviously, we'd rather have it when we had Gaia or the Max Raider. But we could have crashed depending on what he summons. Friendship ended with Seahorse. Bakuchu is my new best of one. New boy, sorry, not best of one. My brain just auto-corrected that. Oh, okay, so he... Jeez, so he drew... I just want to go out of my way here to say, he drew Ghost Cyclone into Heavy Metal, plus Palace Gargoyle, plus another normal summon, and a back row to protect. This guy just drew so well. Like, Jesus. Okay, we activate our skill. So we do what? We summon Tribute. Tribute for him. Use the effect, get him out. Summon Tribute again. I think that's the plan, which means we put you back in the deck. We'll show this to you. Then I take out my hilt. So we summon. Tribute it away. Summon the man, the myth, the legend, Seath. Seath is then going to put a bunch of crap back into our deck. Now, if this is a widespread, we were always destined to lose this game. There was just nothing we could do. If it's not a widespread, we're actually looking pretty good. I think it literally comes down to, is it widespread or not? Boost Gaia. Alright, has he found the widespread? Still 17 cards in deck. Oh, it's Recital. That is heartbreaking. If that was Barrier, we win. If that was... Oh, I don't have any Warriors in graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which means we would have lost to Phantom Bind as well. Ah, that's such a shame. That would have been such a cool win to just get with Gaia here. But unfortunately, for some reason, this guy is on Recital. I don't know, how many spell traps is this guy on? He's playing Barrier, Recital, and Ghost Cyclone. Presumably, he's on the widespread, and he's got to be on Monster Reincarnation. Like, how big is this guy's spell trap package? I just really do not like Recital in a deck that consistently summons out 25s and 24s. Like, it just seems kind of mid. I mean, it also is a little bit hard for me to criticize other people's deck choices when I'm playing this crap, but... The difference is I know my deck's bad. What are we waiting for here? Surely so you got 12 here. You're 600 away from lethal. Surely you can find 600 damage. You have 5 cards in hand and a 2500 body. You've got to be able to find 600 damage, I think. It would be so funny if we still somehow win this because he just plays really badly now. Royal Rebels are kind of clunky, and I suppose they are quite easy to misplay with. So, we'll see what he does, but it should be pretty self-explanatory to find lethal here. How long are we going to be waiting? Is this the new WinCon? Have we found our WinCon? Behold! We have won the game! Sometimes, you just always have to play to your outs, and sometimes your out is just not clicking the surrender button and waiting. And that's why you should never surrender. skip this one. This one's a bit too... Oh, breathing mountains. Let's skip ahead a little bit. There we go. Matching successful. Let's see what we're queuing into this time. The unstoppable disconnector. I have assembled all 5 special cards. Alright, Griffin Blaze. Griffin is quite a good player, if I recall correctly. Which doesn't look good for us. I'll tell you what, we'll keep our soldier. I don't know if this is the correct decision. Maybe keeping Samurai was the wrong decision, but I don't think it should matter too much. So it's another Red Eyes Rebels. Do we care about Widespread ruining this? Probably not. I think we just let this ride. Unfortunately, we have telegraphed to this guy exactly what we're on. We have 2 spellcasters in graveyard, which worked out very nicely for us. Means we could, if we wanted to... What would we have to do? We tribute to get this out. Use our skill to swap probably this for him. Summon that. No, we'd have to summon that, tribute both. Get him out. Get rid of 2 to get this out, which means we then can't get out Max Raider. Okay. Either way we use this. I think we're getting rid of Max Raider then. We'll reveal this. Then we're going to grab the Ride Across. We will add Rightful Magic here. So we can flip this up. Then we summon out Piercing Samurai. Tribute both for Ride Across. Ride Across effect. Pop both back in. Summon out Seeth. We then drop the Rightful Magic. And then you know what? We're going to activate Rightful Magic again. Bang and bang. What's that? Tier 2 meta threat Red Eyes Rebels? Board outed by Ridercross? Every board is unbreakable if your opponent can't click his cards. That is true. That's very true. I think that's... You've just described Floodgate decks, haven't you? Well, there's 4 cards. Unfortunately, we do not have 4 cards in graveyard to get out our Max Raider. I mean, I could just chuck Ridercross into the grave. That's not a bad shout. So... we're going to summon. I'm then going to tribute 2. Then, we're going to activate Seeth. Pop all of these back. Summon out a second Max Raider. Go to the battle phase, and then we're just going to beat over 2 things. Oh, Archfiend Summoning Flute. My man on some spice. Pass the turn. Oh shit, Floodgates are real life DC. I mean, most rage quits in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game are because of Floodgates. I mean, is a rage quit a disconnect? Kind of. Black Dragon's Chick. Summons out the Red Eyes. Where do we go with this? Summons out the Canaan. Are we going to tribute both? Thinking about it. Here's Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal effect pops Seath. Man, if only... Because this guy has full knowledge that I have Widespread. Like, he knows. Like, the only back row I could have is Floodgate or, like, the Giant Turtle of Greed. Behold, widespread ruin. I mean, we just win here, right? Like, what can he do? Next to nothing. We'll just summon and go straight to battle, I guess. Go, Max Raider. Go, Max Raider. We win again! Max Raider! Oh my god. Blue Falcon formation walked so we could run. Yeah, I don't know if you caught the end of that, Alpaca, because the ads came in, but we did manage to claim a victory. Alright, who have we got next? Dufj. On the Yuga. Let's see what he's got. 4 win streak Yuga. On a 32 card deck. Interesting, interesting. Was it another DC? No, we won legit. This is really not a good hand. How do we play this hand? We just keep right across in hand. I think we just keep right across in hand. So we'll set. And then we're going to tribute set over this. Then we're going to pass. Surprise Pikachu. Yeah, he ran into our widespread. And then he just had nothing left. I mean, basically we got carried by our legend, but we take those. What is this? Is this just Dragon Casters? Oh, is this just good stuff pile? Because he's just playing what he's got. That's fine. We can lose the Seath. Seath, unfortunately, I mean, we can just search out Seath, so we're kind of still fine. So we can play around Yami Lock. But then what? I mean, I guess we just clear the Summon Skull, right? So we'll activate our skill. I think we want to maintain our trap, so we're going to put Monster back. Reveal our opponent that we have a Ride Across. Then we'll grab out the Seath. And add Rightful Magic to hand. Although getting Seath doesn't actually do anything here because we don't have enough cards in Grave. We didn't think about that. We would have needed another monster to actually fulfill Seath's effect. So, instead, we're just going to go all out on the defensive here. And then pass. No shame in winning off widespread. I mean, yeah. It does feel a little bit cheap. But, like you say, it is part of the game. Although you'll say that to Floodgate players, and then they'll feel like they're justified. Alright, let's toggle off, because we're not realistically protecting any of these guys. Draw 3. This is awkward. Summon, tribute out him. That will... I've already got 2 spellcasters, so I can do everything. But I guess we don't actually use our skill at all. So we'll summon. Tribute Masaki. Summon out Sheath. Activate Sheath. We need to leave our spellcasters in the graveyard, so we're getting rid of all of our warriors. Then, we special summon out Ride Across. We will activate Ride Across effect, pop these 2 back, and summon out the Hilt. We will then activate Hilt effect, boost up Ride Across, up to 27. That deals with 1. Then, we can activate Rightful Magic, and we can, let's say Yami Ruler. And then we have to drop a second Rightful Magic. And now, I think we probably crash. So we'll swing him with this. And we'll swing him with this. And we'll swing him with this. Because keeping the 13 doesn't actually do anything for us. Clearing his whole board is really good. And he's only going up to 5 cards. Which is really important. Okay, it's got the dealer. Unfortunately, our barriers are not for these monsters. We want those for our Axe Raider, and we want them for our Max Raider and our Gaia, not for Ride Across. But Ride Across keeps finding his way to us. I suppose we can search Ride Across, we can't search the other 2. Mystic Dealer. Gets rid of the Seven's Road. So is the handle bricked up then? It must be. There's no reason you discard a Seven's Road here otherwise. Gets out the Dragius. Ooh. We can actually kill this Dragius. If he attacks in the wrong order, we get to do it especially well. I mean, we're definitely getting rid of this Dragius. I guess we'll put you back in the deck. Obviously, it's not clean. We like to keep our monster, but we're still... Okay. So we cannot search out a Ride Across because we only have the 1 in the deck. So we're probably just going to summon out some boys. Now here... I could use the effect to get out another Seath, which is probably not a bad shout, to be honest. Right, we will activate our skill. We are going to pop this away. Reveal that we have a Sheath. And we're going to grab the other Sheath. And the reason we're doing this is so that we can, 1, not draw into it next turn, and 2, guarantee that we can beat over both of these monsters. So now, we're not going to worry about getting the extra 300 damage in. We're just going to clear with both of these. And then just get him for the 14. Like, if that 300 damage matters, then, you know, we misplayed and we'll get punished for it later. But for now, this is fine. Hammer Crush deal. Okay, so he's going to pop our barrier. Our barrier right now is doing absolutely nothing, so that's kind of fine. And it does mean he basically loses a card to get rid of it, which is also fine. Okay, gets rid of another high level. That means his hand has still got to be a little bit bricked up. Okay, summons out Rice Terrace. So he's got to have another high level, otherwise he wouldn't have discarded his, What? Why? very odd. He could have just summoned out a 2500 guy, which is really not easy for me to deal with. This board is extremely breakable. I guess it comes down to what his back row is now. We still, unfortunately, can't use our Seath to do much here. I can get rid of this. Summon, tribute over. I mean, I guess this is the play. So we will use our Daybreak Order. We'll get rid of you. Reveal this to our opponent again. And then we're going to grab out our hilt. We're then going to summon out Juggler. Tribute it to summon out hilt. Summon out Masaki. Activate hilt. Boost this Masaki. Set a back row. Go to battle phase. Let's start out with this. We'll do the 13 into the 12. That is more than fine. That is amazing value for us. Puts the Dragius back in. That's probably the main goal there. Oh, no, I attacked the wrong one. Damn it. We just went too quick there. Okay, we will just trade with these. Oh, that was such a bad misclick. We could have got more damage in, and we could have had an extra monster on board. That was just a misclick. Ah, well. Let's see if we get hard punished or not. Alright, that's very good for us. He's discarding a card, basically for no reason. So is he going to tribute? No, he's not. Okay, so now we just let this go, right? There's no reason. We could have been in such a stronger position here, but oh well. I think we do go for the piercing here, right? Nah, we don't go for the piercing. Nah, we do go for the piercing. Right, we'll summon. Tribute to summon out everyone's favorite Seath. Activate Seath effect. And then we're going to put these back into the deck. Then from our hand, I actually think it's worth summoning Gaia here, just because Max Raider will be better in a following turn. We can then activate Piercing Samurai. And I guess it's going to be Gaia. We'll go to battle, and we'll swing in. Let's see what you got. You might have to use Widespread here. He still has it. Bro with a Prismatic. Oh yeah, the Prismatic Seath. What a great card to have as Prismatic. I'm sure this will come up again and again and again. Right, we'll swing him with this. This is probably going to die to a barrier, which is completely fine. Oh, Phantom Bind. Didn't even stop it. Okay, that's fine. We'll take the 200 there. We still have the Widespread intact. He's already used one Hammer Crush. He's only got 8 cards left in deck. Bro, what's going on over there? You've got a Dragius. I know you've got a Dragius. There it is. There's the boy. Now, the issue is he's got 3 cards left, which means he could do another Tribute Summon. If he summons out... Okay, there's no second Tribute Summoning coming. That's probably the Widespread, because he's got so few cards left in deck. We still haven't seen the Widespread. It's got to be that. So, yeah, so now he's going defensive, hoping that he can save himself with the Widespread. So this way he doesn't die this turn to just drawing out. I mean, I can't even attack through this, right? So there's no reason to try. So we're just going to tribute over these. Then I guess we'll just set this. And pass. Because he needs to break this board, get to my life points this turn. Otherwise, he's just dead. Oh, there's Hammer Crush. That's exactly what he needed. But now he needs basically like another Dragius. Even another Dragius doesn't do it though. You've only got 2 cards. So you get back a Tribute Fodder. So this is just game. I win. When you try your best, but you don't succeed. Alright, let's end him in the only way befitting. Ending our turn. GG, sir. GG. You just can't beat the power of the Ridercross. Ridercross best deck confirmed. So we'll save that. We're going to start saving some of these replays. We'll save the Griffin Blaze one as well. God, look at all these wins we've been getting, bro. What is this? That was the disconnect game, right? Right, we'll go again. We need to save any good replays we get because we're probably not going to get very many of them. Awry or airy. Right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we've got here. We're on a win streak 3, which is something that I did not think I'd be saying with this deck. This hand is pretty mid. Alright, this is the play. We summon Piercing Samurai, and then we hard tribute it for Seath and set 2 back row. We're going to put this in attack mode as well, just because these back row are, like, not terrible. Like, the barrier doesn't do a ton here, but Black Dragon Rising. So is this another Red Eyes Rebels? What's going on with the Red Eyes Rebels piles today? Everyone's on it. Now that that's 13, he might try and attack over it with a 15, which means we could actually find some value here. So this is Beast Engine Red Eyes Rebels. Tributes 2. Summons out the Red Eyes. Okay. Do we just pop this? It's awkward, but I think we are. We're going to widespread this. Keeping this on the field is really good for us right now. Unfortunately, this hand doesn't further our plans that much, but we can definitely still empty our whole hand, get a load of guys on the board, which is so big for us. So we are just going to get this out of the hand as well. $15, $17, $23. Let's get this man on 500 life points. Black Dragon Rising. So he drew another Black Dragon chick off the top. Okay, it weakens Gaia. That's smart. Although, funnily enough, I can still trade with it with the barrier. No, I can't. I can't because it's 500. That'd be me being stupid if I did that. So now we have to play around his back row. Alright, let's activate our skill. Really don't need you. I will reveal to you that I have Hilt. Into my hand I will take Ridercross. And I will add Rightful Magic. Right, how many casters we got in Grave right now? We got 2 already. So we will hard tribute out the boy. That is my play. We'll activate the effect. And we'll return this and this back to the deck. And from our hand, we are going to summon out Hilt. And we will also summon out Seath. We can then activate Hilt. We'll then activate Rightful Magic. We'll then activate Rightful Magic. And that's all it takes. Oh, another win for the Ride Across deck. Oh, this is going very well today. Somehow. Somehow we're beating these, like, actual relevant decks. We will be taking more of our little punch cards, though. I can't believe we're on a 4-win streak. Like, I mean, we got a 5-win streak with the deck we were playing yesterday, which is the more, like, pure Ride Across variant. But this is doing okay at the moment. VKO4. Okay. Let's see what you got for us, VKO4. Oh, a Mimi. So is this going to be Disco Feeder? This could be Aqua Aggro. Ride Across always finds his way to our hand. Ooh, okay. There's nothing like super fancy we can do with this. But I do think it is worth doing stuff. We'll do 1-2. Use that effect. We don't even have 2 spellcasters. So if we did use our effect, we wouldn't even be able to do a ton off of it. I think we don't. I think we just normal summon 3 monsters. We'll set this. We'll leave Ride Across in hand. And we'll swing with the one that's most likely to connect. Then we'll just get him for 27. Into passing. Okay, Gazelle. Into Gazelle. I mean, we do lose 2 of our guys here, but that's kind of fine. Where are we going with this, sir? We shotgun the Gazelles, and now we're pausing for thought. Tribute to Set. Interesting. What? Pray tell us the thought process. Alright, we'll activate our skill. We will be putting you back into the deck. We will reveal that we have the Ride Across. And I'm going to grab out the Hilt. We will add Rightful Magic to hand. We will then hard summon out the Ride Across. We're tributing these. Summon out the Juggler. Tribute over Juggler. Summon out the Hilt. Activate Hilt. Boost the Ride Across. Set some back row. Go to battle. We'll swing with the 27. Okay, Recital's kind of fine. We will attack with the 15. We want to see what this is. Okay, it is Bender Break. That is what we thought it was going to be. That's fine. Losing the life points is worth it to take a look at this guy. Now, notably, Rightful Magic does not deal with Bender Break. So, let's see what our Bender friend has in store. Paku Pikachu doesn't work here, my friend. You have a monster on the field. Tribute 2? For Dark Magician into Dark Magic attack. I mean, Dark Magic attack's fine. We don't really care about it. Like, we lost Rightful Magic and the Barrier. Neither of which really matter here. The issue I'm having is he's still got 3 cards in his hand. So if he summons out another big guy, that... Okay, or he's going to hold on to all of them. Max Raider is pretty good here. Right, we'll summon out Celtic. We will hard tribute out Max. We will activate Hilt. Then I guess we're just going to summon the Dark Sorcerer. Then we'll swing him with this. Now he needs Recital or... Okay, he did have the Recital. Again, there's nothing we can really do about that. We have to force him to use them. We could have put these into defense, but... It's like so much more damage, and it's threatening lethal if it connects. That would have been, what, 5, 25... 2,000, 3,300. So it would have been exact lethal if that connected. So we had to leave them in attack mode. Alright, 2 Dark Magician Girls. That's 2 25s to deal with now. That's a little bit spooky. So now you have to clear this, right? Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, we are not finding any of our important cards. Which is a little bit disappointing. Because what we need to do is get our Rider Cross back into our deck, which means we need to find Seath, and then we need a card to use with Seath. So we need to find our other Max Raiders or our Gaias. Our deck is actually looking pretty rough right now, right? We got, what, 1 Hilt. We've got 1 Hilt, 2 Seath, 2 Max Raider, 1 Gaia. So there's a lot of potential bricks coming up. Right, there's Hilt. Hilt does get us 2 Seath. We need to keep you in hand. You're not doing anything for me right now, so you can go away. We'll reveal that we have you. We'll grab out our Prismatic Seath. We have a Celtic Guardian down that, again, doesn't really do anything. So we will tribute it away. We can then activate Seath, and this is primarily just to put stuff back into our deck. I guess we want you back in. The other issue I'm going to have is I don't want to run out of normal summons, and we have a lot of tribute summons left in the deck. So I think we're going to put a couple of normal summonable monsters back in. Hey, Grand. Summon that Max Raider. We will then... If this connects, we'll have him kind of low. Probably not going to connect, though. Alright, we'll summon. Tribute for Hilt. Activate Hilt. Boost this. Go to battle. Swing. Now he's got 3 back row. Still hasn't used the Widespread. He needs Widespread to stop this. Doesn't have Widespread? Okay. We'll just pass on this then. Our 3 monsters can deal with one of theirs. Exactly. I mean, he is also playing a really meme deck. I've seen a lot of people go onto the Dark Magician just because they want to be using Dark Magic Attack. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy's got a couple of Dark Magic Attacks in the back row. That's fine. And that's fine. He's leaving the Max Raider. The balls on this man. Okay. So there's a second Max. What am I worried about? Am I worried about much at this stage? I could just leave this in attack mode and just play defensive. I think that's probably the play. We can't push in anyway. I don't think getting out the second Max right now is going to help. So we're going to do this. We're just going to pass on this. I think maybe people are finally tired of just playing Luke and want to experiment more. I think it goes beyond that, to be honest, Prince. I still think people are really aggravated when they lose to Widespread. So I think most people are just like, I just want a way to just deal with all my opponent's back row when they're just playing a crap ton of back row. As well as the fact that Warriors keep becoming more and more of a common deck, which means those decks specifically do want to be setting 3 in the back row and just kind of sitting on it. Oh, Okay, we've got Bender Break. That is weird. Why wouldn't you use Bender Break effect? Number of face up monsters. That's your issue. You got too many back rows. Hello, Widespread. So to play around Widespread of his, I would have to summon out 2 guys. There, go on. We'll summon. We'll summon. We'll tribute both. We'll set this. We'll set this. We'll go battle. We'll attack and get widespreaded. Okay. We'll pass. That went better than expected. Sorry, what's the requirement for Bender Break again? If the number of face-up monsters on your opponent's field, so face-up, and the number of spell traps on your field are the same. So because he's got 3 spell traps, I've got 2 monsters, he cannot use Bender Break. Now, if he could flip one of these over and use it, that'd be a different story. But my guess is one of these, at least, is a Dark Magic attack. I wouldn't be surprised if one was the barrier as well, because he's had a chance to use it and has chosen not to. And barrier wouldn't work there. I think he's trying to get to a deck out situation. That's his win con now. But I'm fine to like play to that. I mean, we just got to do this, right? We'll tribute, summon out the boy, activate the effect, and then we'll just, you know, fill our graveyard, fill our deck back up with stuff again. I do kind of want Hilt. Let's grab this. I kind of want Max back as well, but we need our way to keep recurring our graveyard. And I need normal summons, which is the one thing I'm kind of worried about, is just running out of normal summons. Mind you, we should have plenty-ish. Right, let's do this. Summon out Gaia. We don't need to do anything else here. Because again, we got to play around our deck size now. Yeah, we're fine to just play it safe here. We will attack here. He might be starting to think about using the barrier just to put more cards back in his deck. Oh, I see. Damn, this card is crap. Yeah, that's the Yuga curse is most of his boss monsters suck. Should probably not be toggled off. Although that being in the graveyard again is fine. We've still got 5 cards in deck, right? I guess we'll just set, pass. Because, sir, I will win if this turns into a deck out fight. What have you got left? You've got 1 Dark Magician Girl left? Just gonna pass. You understand I win if this goes to a deck out fight, right? What is his win con? He's waiting to draw into a win con, but what is it? I have enough monsters now, though, that I can just do this, right? And then if he does have any kind of win con, now he needs piercing to kill me. Oh, is this what he was waiting for? Oh, wait, no. Torna. Oh, this was his win con the whole time. Cheeky. I think he's got it now. I can't stop both of those. And I will exactly lose to lethal. Ah, that's a shame. We knew he had something, but we couldn't plan around everything. No, it's not exactly lethal, it's just over. But, yeah. Oh! If you can use the effect, it's very good, though. I strongly disagree. I'm not sure if throwing away multiple back row to weaken a guy is very good. Now, if you can end the game off of it, that's fine and dandy. Yeah, it was a shame there. I mean, if we had the problem is we could have tributed over our defense mode monster to not have a weak attack monster in defense, but that doesn't play around piercing. So we have to just kind of know what his win con is ahead of time. This is really not a good opening. We're going to put these in attack mode because it's funnier that way. Who doesn't love two 1500 attack monsters? There's the chance he can't out these. Aha, he couldn't out them. Oh, okay. Flame Cerberus. So we are against this deck. I think we have to just take our lumps here. Like, we could pop the Cerberus, but we need to save the back row for when he's going to go for the big push. Alright. I think here we do have to use our skill. Is it worth trying to maintain? Probably not, right? 1, 2. Okay, we'll put the Righteous Magic back. Reveal the hill. We'll add the Ride Across. We will add the Righteous Magic. We will then summon. I could get 2 Spellcasters in grave and keep a card in hand. That's not worth it. Oh, tribute 1, tribute 2, summon, tribute over this, get out the hill, activate hill, boost him, then we'll activate Rightful Magic, weaken this, go to battle. Now we'll see if he has the widespread. Even if he has widespread, like, yeah, it sucks, but he needs another battle trap to not lose his guy, which we are kind of fine with. And if this dies, we are in such a great position. Yeah, I mean, again, this wasn't like the best ending for us, but his widespread is now gone, which is so big. I'm hyped for when Konami will release an Overrush RR, mate. When the Overrush cards look so nice. Now, sometimes because of the foiling on the physical cards, they can look a bit... they look a bit busy. They look a bit overly complicated. But when it's digital, they're going to look so nice. Noodle Up boost. Okay. Do I just pop this? I'm tempted to. It does suck because I think doing this is good now, just because we need to get as much damage in as we can now. I think trying to maintain a board is probably the best thing for us right now, so we are just going to blow our load here. We'll put Ridacross back in. Yeah, I kept my guy. You have an open board. Want to summon a Red Eyes with Overrush art are... Some of the Overrush arts are insane. I think the better looking ones for me, though, are the ones which are, like, actual rush cards. Things like Seven's Road and Dragius. I think they look so good in Overrush. Is there a reason to use our skill? So, if we get in with everything, we would get 29 plus 17 plus 17. That would be 34 plus 29. I guess we do push for it. So we'll put this back. We reveal that we have this. And then I'm going to grab out... What's more damage out of these two? It's Hilt, right? It's always Hilt. Yeah, right, we'll grab out Hilt. We will summon. Tribute Magic Juggler. Activate Seath. Go ahead and put these back in the deck. Summon out the boy. Activate the effect. Boost up the boy. And then we'll tribute over this. Activate the effect. Boost up the boy. And because his widespread's already been used, we know he can't stop us. And there we go. And that's why we used all of our back row, because we are kind of consistent at pushing lethal. Now, I'm not going to say we're going to be able to do that a lot, but we are able to get out some decent damage at times. It's so funny how this deck can sometimes just seem competent on the ladder. Like, we've lost, what, 2 games today? One or 2 games today? But, like, this is definitely not a good deck. Renun Cardio. Okay. Oh, Runun Cardio was that? Renun Xiaodor. I don't know how to pronounce that. But Dragius deck mat, Dragius sleeves. The sign of a true Resonance player, but we are on the Luke. Well, not the Luke, we're on the Rower. Oh, brain no worky today. Alright, let's see what we get. Max Raider. Not the strongest card we could have drawn. But I think we still need to get him out of our hand. So we will be tributing 2 to summon it out. We will also get out the Dark Sork. This is realistically a really bad open for us, but what else can we do with this hand? Okay, so we are against some sort of Royal Rebel. Is it going to be Red Eyes Rebels, or is it going to be pure Rebels? Still could be either. Gets the Curry Bot. Very early Curry Bot as well, being able to have 2 of them immediately. That's really good for him. Set. Tribute both. Okay. The thing with Thunder the Thunder is it doesn't do a lot here. I guess you can use it to clear Sork. That'd probably be the best thing you do with it. But like even now, like it still doesn't do anything. It's like, do you want to fix your hand? I'm guessing he does. I assume a high level is about to come out of his hand. Yeah, there we go. So we're on Dragon Casters. Okay. Don't actually see much Dragon Casters anymore, so this is actually quite novel. Unfortunately, Dragius is absolutely perfect to dismantle our board and get a chunk of our life points. and 2 back row as well means we've probably already lost. Especially if we don't find anything. Jesus. This is the issue as well. Without our combo pieces, Max Ray doesn't do anything on his own. And as much as it sucks, I think I have to leave 2 Max Raider in hand. Because, like, if I tribute out, I'm probably just dead. Like this, I at least have a chance to not die this turn. If I was to summon out the Max Raider, I could clear this, but all he needs is 2 more normals. He goes slam, slam, hits over the max, then gets him for 25. Or it'd be slam, hit over max, hit for 25, and then get an extra 13 in, so I'm just definitely dead. Don't tell me there's another one. Okay, that's fine. We still lose all of our board. If he doesn't have another normal as well, we don't actually lose any life points. The problem here is we've basically stuck with these 2 in hand, so we now need a hand that fixes everything. We need to find one of our 3 Ride Across cards, get into the one that we actually want to have. Right, well, there's Seath. Seath doesn't actually accomplish a ton here is the issue. I think we have to use our skill. We have to get rid of Max Raider. We have to reveal Seath. We then have to take Hilt. Which is so bad. This is such a bad play. I mean, we have lost the game, right? We have already lost. We are now just pressing buttons until it is decided that the game is officially over. So tribute to summon out the boy. Activate Seath. We will put some cards back into the deck. Probably 1, 2, 3. And then one of you. Trying to keep as many spellcasters in graveyard as we can, basically. Or at least 2. Summon out the Max Raider. We will then summon out Masaki. And tribute. Summon the Hilt. Hilt effect to boost. There's no point in weakening because it doesn't do anything. So we might as well just attack. Now, this is where he flips over Widespread, and then we just 100% are dead. Our only win con is he doesn't have Widespread. That doesn't do it. So we are completely fine with that. Then we pass. Okay, well now we might have somewhat of a game. If he summons out another Dragius, we're probably just dead. But he's only get maximum 1 left in the deck, so he's playing these 2 limit 3 cards next to each other. Okay. Tributes for Summon Skull. Okay. And, I mean, he knows what this is. So, Hammer Crushing it doesn't... I mean, I guess it does help, because it stops us from trying to out it next turn, but... Hey Tomato, good to see you stream again. Hi Max. Thanks for stopping by as always. Why? I mean, I guess. I don't... I mean... We use our skill. We put back Celtic. We reveal that we have Hilt. We grab out Ride Across. We activate the effect of Seath. We'll just go ahead and put a load of stuff back in. Summon out the Ride Across. There's no real point in holding on to Celtic Guardian. We will just get rid of it. We'll activate the effect of Hilt. Boost this. We are going to use Righteous Magic because there is a chance that he has a barrier or something to stop us. Then we will just attack into it with this. Now he would have had to have drawn the Widespread last turn, which he did. Okay, of course he drew the Widespread. And that's probably game, right? That's what, 12 plus 13? Or 12 plus 8, which is exactly lethal. So our back row does protect us at the moment, and no, it doesn't. I think the biggest issue with this deck is just Hilt has so low attack points that leaving him on the field in attack mode just hurts so much. Been great, just haven't really played Duel Links that much. Been just playing something different. Ooh. Anything interesting, or is it something you're gonna keep to yourself? I mean, it's lethal on board with just these two, so it's just spinning plates at this point. Oh, Half-Life. I mean, who doesn't love a bit of Half-Life? Although Half-Life's kind of a very quick game, right? It's kind of like a sit down for a couple hours and blast that out. Right, let's go again. Unfortunately, we weren't able to cheese another win off of a good deck. Feels bad. Ooh, got a Korean Luke. Let's see what they've got for us. Is this going to be Resonance Return? Oh, we're going first again. Which I guess is good. We do want to go first. It's just we don't ever draw good going first hands is the issue. I only finished Half-Life 2, but not the first Half-Life game, which I should. I mean, you can always play Black Mesa as well. Black Mesa's pretty decent. Right, we'll set these. We're setting the Sorcerer over Masaki because we want more spellcasters in Graveyard so we can potentially use Ride Across effect. Okay, this is definitely Resonance then. Tribute these two. Oh, Dragius. Okay. Trying to make good use of it before it gets hit on the ban list. From new games that are coming out aren't that interesting, I feel like. I mean, we've had like such a fantastic 2023 that everything's going to feel lackluster by comparison, I feel. Alright, we activate the skill. I think we put Gaia back in because we need to be able to beat the 25. So we reveal the Ride Across, and then we have to get out the Hilt. We will add the Rightful Magic as well. We will then summon, Tribute 2, activate the effect, pop these two back, get out the Hilt, activate the effect, boost up the Ride Across. Then we are going to use Rightful Magic here, which might be a bit of a waste, but I do want to clear as a whole board. And we'll pass. Not the best turn in the world, but pretty good. I'm hoping 2024 will give us some really good games and stuff as well. Again, it's going to be... yeah, it's going to be so hard to follow up 2023. Persona 3 Reload and FF7 Rebirth, can't ask for more. I mean, again, two fantastic games, right? But one is basically a remaster, and one is a remake. Now, I think FF7 Rebirth is going to feel much like FF7 Remake, like a whole brand new game, right? But Persona 3, I think, is going to be a good time, but for a lot of people, it's just going to be revisiting something very familiar. Oh, guys, would you look at that? The boring player playing the boring deck is doing the boring things. Who would have thought? Yeah, that's fine. You can take that. You know what? No. I am going to use the barrier here. Yeah. Ooh, get some new material. Unfortunately, we also cannot really contest this with this hand. Very disappointing. We can crash into his board. If this was a Max Raider, this would have been so good, but it is not. I think we are going to crash, which seems really bad, but if I don't crash, he still gets to keep a 23 that becomes a 28 on his turn, and he pops my back row. And in exchange, I get to take 2,300 less damage. I feel like I was in a shit situation where if I do, I'm screwed, and if I don't, I'm screwed. And of course he rips the Sports Dragon off the top. I cannot wait for these cards to get hit, by the way. These bloody, boring Dragonic Resonance players. And has he found actual lethal? He has. Wow, okay. Wow, let's just get out of there. Don't want to deal with that. Oh, Dragonic Resonance players, bro. So boring. So very boring. It's a shame as well, because we were clapping all the Dragonic Resonance players yesterday. Maybe Pure Rider Cross better than the Max Raider build? Red Lines. Okay, that's what Red Lines has got for us. Again, just such a bad turn one hand. I think we have to go on the defensive with this one. And I think we also have to get this out of my hand. Then we'll pass. On the plus side, our opponent will probably think we're on SAR at the moment. I think GTA is going to be a big hype since the trailer skyrocketed like crazy. 100 mil in like 24 hours. That's 155 mil views. I mean, GTA is always going to be one of the biggest games ever, right? Like every single GTA game ever has always been unbelievably huge. Has 11 mil likes in 2 weeks now, which is crazy. Yeah, again, it's one of those, like, it would be weird if it didn't, you know? Like, you expect it to be... It's like Cyberpunk. When Cyberpunk was first announced, that was expected to be the new best video game of all time. And that managed to shit the bed, but... I mean, I'm really hyped for GTA 6 because I definitely want to play it. That's the other thing as well, is GTA 6 is a game that will be played by everyone, right? Even people that don't have consoles will go out of the way to buy a console to play GTA 6 because it's just one of those games that everyone plays. Okay, at least we're not against Resonance. Oh, this is such a bad hand. Holy. Okay, we can still play the game, I guess. Just getting all the vanillas. Unfortunately, oh, this is just not going our way today. Cyberpunk 27 at least gotten so much better with the fixes. I would still play it even like this year. I mean, yes, Cyberpunk now is in a great spot, but like on release, right? That it was expected to be like God's gift to video games. Like genuinely the best video game ever made is what Cyberpunk was supposed to be. Are we just getting completely sacked here? So he's already drawn... His last hand was these three, and this hand he's drawn the Clear Ice and the Seahorse, and I'm assuming a Tribute Monster as well in Clear Ice to now put this all back. Jesus. Mate, we were not meant to win this game. I mean, we know this game's over. Let's just go on to the next one. Sheesh. All right, I think now might be the time to tweak our deck a little bit. The question is, what do we actually change? Because it's not easy to tweak a deck like this, because the number of Tribute Monsters is always going to be the main contributing factor to winning and losing. Like, I would like to put more of this engine in just so that we can see them more often to get Daybreak Order off more. But then, it's too many tribute monsters. I think maybe we take Gaia out. If we're taking Gaia out, we're probably taking out the barriers. We also can't lose too many of our big boss monsters, which means we're probably putting a Ridercross back in. We're probably then also going to put in a third Sheath. We still don't need to put Pierce back in. We're fine on that front. We might just not need any more spell traps. What's cool is that given Anime Adaptation 2... Oh, I mean, yeah, the Cyberpunk Edgerunners was so good. That's such a good show. Again, we are only allowed to use spellcasters and warriors no matter what. Maybe we take these out just to put a few more spellcasters in. Right, let's take these out. And we're going to replace them with a third one of you. Then we're going to put in a third copy of you. Then spellcaster warriors, I guess. Where's my boy gone? I want to put him back in. With an extra copy of Ridercross, we probably are going to want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 normal summons. Is that fine? That's probably fine. Alright, let's try this out. Let's try this version out. You know, I wish games like Overwatch got its own animated series too, because it's also one of the games that people play but hate the scummy monetization. I think Overwatch is always going to be a weird one. I think everyone always really likes the Overwatch animations that come out, and people really like a lot of the characters in the world of Overwatch. I think, again, Blizzard has burnt a lot of bridges. Overwatch is a game as well that I think was very, very fun at the start, but people got bored of very quickly. Like, people still play it, and people still have fun with it, but it's very junk foody, right? It's very pick it up, play it for a bit, put it down, forget about it. Nothing, like, crazy interesting about it. So, like, as soon as they announced Overwatch 2, already that was a massive red flag, right? And they were charging a full box price for it. It was like, this is silly. Like, what are you doing? And then they went through with all the Overwatch 2 changes and then didn't have the single player stuff. Well, not single player, the PvE stuff, which was the main reason for doing an Overwatch 2. So it's just like, what are you doing? Alright, we'll activate our skill. I think we have to put you back. We'll reveal that we have you. And here, I think we do just grab out our Seath. We will add Rightful Magic as well. There's no reason not to. Then we're going to summon. Summon. We don't have 2 spellcasters to put into the graveyard to use the effect. But we will get the Seath out of our hand, which will also be a spellcaster to go to the graveyard. And then we'll go to battle and swing. And we'll swing. And pass. I also play it too, but I mostly just play for the battle pass stuff and with friends. I mean, that's exactly it. It's a great game just to play with your mates. Blizzard is such a great and uncontroversial company Yeah. I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't play Blizzard games, right? And I think for the most part, as long as the games are good, that is what people are going to care about more. Like, people always... It's very convenient to be like, oh, I hate Blizzard as a company, when you're not playing any of their games. But as soon as something comes out that you want, suddenly everyone changes their tune and they're like, oh, you know, maybe Blizzard is not bad. Okay, I think we have to put Max Raider back. He's just too bricky right now, when we still got this guy stuck in our hand. It has to be Seath again. So we'll summon out Juggler. Rebuke the Juggler to get out the Seath. Activate Seath. Put all 4 back in. At least they finally announced they were no longer going to paywall new heroes. Yeah, that never should have been on the table to begin with, right? It's so weird that we have to give them a pat on the back for, like, not being completely scummy. Right, we're going to use a second Rightful Magic because we're not expecting our first attack to connect. Yeah, we were fully expecting that, and now it comes down to, does he have the barrier? He does not have the barrier. We got rid of the threat, and we absolutely needed to use the second Rightful Magic. Sorry, isn't Overwatch a paid game? I don't think it is anymore. I think it had a box price originally, but now you don't have to have it. And then, yeah, it still has the microtransactions where you can either, you know, grind the game out to unlock stuff, or you can pay to get stuff. Okay. Only one monster. We can only give a warrior piercing, which is annoying because we've drawn a hand full of non-warriors. So I guess here we will forego our piercing and just summon out some dudes. We'll swing him with a 15, because that should be able to clear. Okay, he's going to use the barrier on this. That's fine. We'll get to see what it is as well to see if it's worth attacking with Juggler. New heroes are paywalled, like the recent one, Mauga, which is the latest tank. Yeah, the guy is just Maui. It's Maui from Moana. Okay, he did that just to make room, I think. Because he wants to play another spell trap from his hand. You got to reach like tier 45 to unlock Mauga free. Yeah, they always put it, like, way out of reach as well. Like, just to be extra scummy. It's like, oh, you know, you can grind it out if you play 6,000 hours. Tributes for, of course. He drew... So, this isn't the end of the world, but it's very funny that he drew the perfect hand for getting out both a Multi-Shot Dragon Dragius and a Summon Skull. Like, if this was any other boss monster, we would be in, like, such an unbeatable position right now. I mean, that's still pretty good. I suppose we'll activate our skill. We will go ahead and pop you back. No, we don't need you in our hand right now. We'll reveal to our opponent that we have Hilt. And then we grab out Seath. I think we then just tribute out Seath, right? Unless we want to empty our hand some more, which we really don't need to. So we'll tribute out Seath. Oh, do we not have a graveyard? 1, 2, 3. That's very funny. Okay, in which case we have to tribute this out now. Now we activate Seath. Put all this back in the deck again. Summon at max. Activate Hilt. Boost up max. But again, we're in a situation where the only thing we lose to is Widespread, which is in the graveyard. So, we attack. This attack connects. There's nothing you can do about it. Oh! That is something we did not predict. We're really dumb. Now, we're still probably fine. I think we now only lose to Dragius. But that was the only card, I think, in the entire game that stopped him from losing the game immediately there. Yeah, nothing else would have protected him. On the plus side, that's now gone, so we don't have to worry about that in the future. Assuming we don't die this turn. If he has a Dragius, we are in a problem situation. But he has already gone through 2 Dragius, and he's already used the Reincarnation. Okay, we are taking some damage here. It's not a ton of damage, but it's enough. Alright, we'll activate our skill. We will shuffle back. Probably you again. Reveal the Seath. And then... Does it have to be Hilt? It does have to be Hilt. It's the only way to gain any attack. Then we summon. We tribute over it. We activate Seath. We'll put all 4 back in the deck again. Summon out Max. Summon Juggler. We'll tribute it to get out the Hilt. Hilt effect, boost Max. Max beats over Diankito. And then Seath beats over Nessus. Let me pass. So again, the main issue we have now is that our board can get broken and we can lose a lot of life points. But advantage-wise and deck-out-wise, we're in such a fantastic position. That's it. He's drawn Dragius, so we've lost the game. That's what's just happened. Yeah, he reminds me of the buff guy from the Disney movie. Yeah, Maui. Although, one of my favorite new heroes by far is Ramatra. Yeah, Ramatra's pretty cool. This is lethal, right? We are just dead. 400 plus 800. Why are you playing Rightful Magic in this deck? That's so bad, bro. Yeah. Unfortunately, we were dead there no matter what. We just could not beat triple Dragius, unfortunately. We played around pretty much everything there. Again, the main consistent reason we lost was because Hilt's attack is so low. Like, we had to summon Hilt to boost Max up to 3,000, but then just having a 13 left on our field is just so bad. The other issue is that we can get out, like, a 13 and a 17, but on their own, they just don't do anything. We'll have to see. It's a weird one. I don't know what else we changed. The attacking side of this deck feels a lot better. Red lines. This was the... I want to say this was the... What's his name? Ancient Forces deck. Spending 500 gems for a 1-off Rightful Magic seems like a good decision. I don't think Rightful Magic is a good enough card, right? I think spend 500 gems to get whatever you want is fine. I don't think Rightful Magic's worth playing, to be honest. Alright, we'll set, and then we have to tribute set out the Hilt. I don't think we can just sit with him in our hand. It's like I was saying, Rightful Magic is good in the sense that you can play it in any deck. But when you haven't got much spell trap space to begin with, is it even worth it? And Jesus. This guy just hard dropped a Hammer Crush. So he's playing Hammer Crush not even with the Hammer Crush skill, which has left him with nothing. This is why you don't play Hammer Crush unless you're playing the skill, because he's got nothing now. Like, yeah, you got rid of my best trap card, but I'm now going to punch you in the face for 1,000,000 damage. I mean, I guess it's always Seath here, right? Yeah, we'll add Rightful Magic as well, just to get it out of the deck. Then we're looking for Tribute Fodder. I guess you're my Tribute Fodder. I've got 1 engrave. If I tribute 2 more, we'll have 3 engrave, which is still not enough to use his effect. How many spellcasters? 1. I can get this spellcaster engraved to use the effect to get him out, or I can just tribute 2, summon tribute over for that. What ends up being more damage? It's got to be keeping that on field, right? Summon. Flip this up. Activate the effect. This is what? 4,000, 5,500. I can get an extra 400 damage if I tribute out Seath. Unfortunately, I cannot game him this turn either way. 400 doesn't do it. I could get out Max Raider, which also doesn't do it. I think we're just going to get a battle phase here. Very much a crappy decision. I mean, yeah, if you think that you can make... Because, like, we don't know for sure, right, that Rightful Magic is going to be completely garbo. I just think it will be. He gets rid of a 6 to take back a 7. That's that. Tributes 1 to summon a level 6. Use the effect to send the other one to the grave. Yeah. Then tribute 2 to summon out Ancient Arise. Ancient Arise effect pops. Tribute these 2 for Ancient Arise. Ancient Arrive gets rid of Ridacross, because unfortunately, Ridacross's defense is just too low. Something the machines are not going to have to worry about. They've got a lovely 1600 defense. The issue is, this guy's left on 500 life points. Tribute that, use the effect, summon that, summon that. I mean, we don't even need to use our skill, right? We'll just summon. Activate the effect. I guess we'll leave the spellcaster engrave. When the max is raiding. See, I think we will just summon out the hill. Boost this up, and then just in case, we will use the Rightful Magic to weaken the Clear Ice, so we have 2 ways to game him. And there it is. That's not worth saving a replay, really, is it? Do we save it just because we might not get another good game against a... Ah, he bricked so hard, though. Yeah, there's no way we save that. There's no way we save that. Marugizu. Okay, another Luke. Okay, unfortunately, this is just really not a very good going first deck a lot of the time. If I had 3 15s, I would put them in attack mode, but because I don't, the chances of me keeping one of these guys becomes very low. Because all he needs is A15 to attack over the 14, and then boss monsters to kill the others. Yeah, 100% this was the correct decision. Okay, so we're probably against aggro or ancient forces. Probably forces? Still could be either. Still could be either. It would have to be a bad aggro deck, though, because why would you be playing Dragorite and aggro? In fact, why would you be playing... Well, you'd be playing it in Ancient Forces, sometimes. So this is probably Ancient Forces. What do we do here? We have no way to get a second spellcaster in the graveyard to use him. So I guess we're doing this. We will reveal that we are Seath. We'll grab out the Rider Cross. We will add Righteous Magic. We'll then summon out Piercing Samurai. Tribute it to summon out Seath. Activate Seath. Put all 4 of these back in the deck. Summon out the Rider Cross. Summon the Celtic. Tribute it. Summon out the Hilt. Hilt effect. Boost Rider Cross. Rightful Magic. Weaken Ancient Arise. Rightful Magic. Weaken Ancient Arise. We'll then swing over this. We're going to beat this up with Hilt, just to show off Hilt dominance, and then we'll get him for 17. I think that's... It's one of the many issues of the deck. But like, if Righteous Magic plus Seath outed boss monsters, this would actually be like a decent deck. But it just doesn't, right? Rightful Magic plus Seath is 23, which means it only beats over 22s. And having to invest double Rightful Magic is so bad. That we did all of this to wipe his board, and now he's going to easily just like slap down a second Dragius and just clear up our entire board on its own. Oh, straight to battle. Okay, okay. But again, if that back row is anything, we're in a really weird situation again, because we can get out one boss monster potentially, boost it to be able to get over this. And then if he has a widespread, our guy just dies. And then we just have these 2 left in attack mode again. Just hanging out. So, do we... How heavily do we invest into attacking over that thing? Alright, we're gonna pretend. We're gonna go with he doesn't have the mighty, the powerful Widespread Ruin. Right? He just doesn't have it. He just doesn't have Widespread Ruin. So we use Hilt, boost again. This plays around everything except Widespread Ruin. And he just doesn't have Widespread Ruin, right? He just doesn't have it. And then we get in, putting down a 500 life points. Okay. Now, we had to do it that way. We probably could have got... I don't know, this is probably still the maximum amount of damage we could have done, just because of the extra 600 boosts. Okay, Seahorse. Takes back Kana. We do have him low enough that if we do just are able to make one more big board, we could just potentially kill him. Oh, he's found the Phoenix. So he's still got one more limit 3 in his deck. Obviously, he's going to shuffle this back in with a Clear Ice, most likely. Here's the Dragius. Set. Tribute for Clear Ice. What? What on earth? What skill are you on? There's the... How have you fit a Fire Guardian into your deck with, like, 2 Dragius, 3 Ancient Arise, all of the other 6s as well? Jesus. 2 back row now as well is horrifying. I mean, we have to go for it, right? We can't not. In the ancient words of our ancestors, he just doesn't have it. He just doesn't have it. Just attack. The attack connects. He doesn't have Widespread Ruin. Come on. Come on. Don't flip it over. Don't do it. Don't do it, Marugizu. Barrier? That's 500 damage! We won! We did it! Oh, somehow. Somehow. If we just willpower our opponent into not having Widespread Ruin, they just won't have it. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Now, we did not deserve that. We are going to save that game, though. Always got to have the cheeky ones. Is there anything else we want to actually make changes to this deck? It's so weird. I always feel like playing the Max Raiders doesn't actually accomplish much. Like, the deck's just better playing the pure Ridercross variant than it is playing the Max Raider variant. Like, adding the extra consistency is just so much nicer. But Max Raider is decent, right? Because you can summon it off of Seath, and you can boost it with Hilt up to 3,000. But then if you're just playing the 7-0 Magician, you can boost to bigger than 3,000, and you don't need Hilt to do it. So, like, the only real benefit you get out of Max Raider, really, over SRM, is that you can cheat it out with Seath. I guess the other thing is that you can play a bit... I guess you can main deck the Piercing Samurai easier. Now let's play again with this build. It's tricky because we wanted Pierce for SRM. Like, we wanted SRM to be the one that got the Pierce. So Piercing Samurai doesn't work with that. Which is... It's very awkward. It can get very clunky. Okay, Stardust Wise. I get it. You don't want to play against us. I can hardly blame you. Let us see what our next opponent is. They felt the threatening aura of your deck. Exactly. It's a weird one, right? I would like to see try and get the most out of Ridercross, right? That's what we're aiming to do here. We're not trying to suddenly make it like a tier 1 deck. We're not even trying to make it like a good deck. We're just trying to find the best way to play it. And again, we have got a ton of wins on this. Like, it's not like it's been completely falling over. I think, arguably, this is better than the Bender Break deck. I think, in a lot of situations, this is better than Volt Condor. I think, sometimes, this is actually going to be better than Psychic. Tributes 2 to set. What have you just set? Bender Break? Volt Condor is still my deck of choice. I know one day support for it will come. If we do get the Volt Condor support early, it will be crazy strong. But I don't think we will get it super early because some of that support is too good. Alright, let's use our skill. We will put this back. Reveal that we have this. And then I guess we're just going to grab out... I don't really need anything. I had to just grab this out. I don't need to summon out a big guy. Then we will add Rightful Magic. We will then normal, normal, normal. Tribute over this. Set. And we'll see what he's got. Let's see what it was. Is it going to be like a Bender Break? Widespread's very funny. Now, does that mean this thing has like 1500 butt? It does. Why did you set Seven's Road Magician here? That's very interesting. Man, if I'd summoned out the second Seath, I could have punished this so hard. That would have been so funny. So again, Volt Condor does get insane support later on. Like, absolutely disgustingly insane support. And again, if we get that stuff, it really will be a complete menace. But I don't think we can get any of its boss monsters. I think its boss monsters are too good. Oh, that's pretty punishing. Ugh, that's so gross. So he opened SRM, had the multi-strike stuck in hand, but did open the widespread to protect. Sheesh, that is... So he kind of opened a brick, but because he had the widespread and we didn't have a way to out the widespread, it ended up being not a brick. It ended up being absolutely cracked. The issue now is our life points are so low that we probably lose the game no matter what we do. I mean, we have to do this, right? We don't even get a say in this. Tribute 2. Activate the effective Ride Across. Pop 2 back in. I mean, yeah, we are already dead, right? Like, again, realistically, our deck is not good at dealing with Dragius decks. And most decks, unfortunately, are Dragius decks. We have been doing okay against the, like, Royal Rebels and Red Eyes stuff. So that's something. But, yeah, these Dragius decks, they're just too much for us. Because although, again, we can clear his board, we have a 13 left on the field. So if he does anything, we just die here. But, you know, we got to summon out our 3 boys. Set, tribute, GG. Ah, these Dragius players. Too predictable, bro. Too predictable. Yeah, it's the same problem that Rush had originally when it came out, which is just Dragius is so strong, and it's always in a situation where you can't really do anything about it, right? Like, literally from now until... I mean, even in Modern Rush, Dragius sees play, but for a different reason. But until, like, mid-Go Rush, Dragius is still going to be, like, this ridiculous meta threat. But you can't really hit it because it's part of a bunch of fusions. It's a main character card. It's so tricky, right? The problem is they release such a powerful card so early. It's like, I feel like every good deck right now as well is just playing Dragius. Well, I guess some of the tier 2 decks aren't, like Red Eyes Rebels and Warriors. Do we just hold on to a hill? I think we could probably just hold on to a hill. Konami loves their dragons. Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing as well, is even in the show, in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, Luke wins so much more than Yuga does. And nearly every time they play against each other, Luke wins. Well, I say that. In the important games, Luke wins. So, like, even when he's not the main character of the show, he's still getting all the wins. I mean, we got some stuff we can do here. It's how deep down the rabbit hole do we want to go? Yeah, fine, we'll do this. Flip this up. Normal summon this. Activate the effect. Then I think we are going to tribute over this. No, he just doesn't have it. Oh, 36 to the face. Right, we are going to go for this to not get greedy. And we will get 13 in. That's very funny. Very funny play. Sup, how's it going? Things are going pretty good, Weesh. We are playing with this. I don't know how particularly good it's actually going. And there is Shui with the massive raid of 9 people. Welcome to the stream, everyone from the raid. We are currently playing some Rush Duels. We are using the new pay-to-lose cards in the Ride Across structure deck that was paywalled and that we did have to spend a little bit of money to get. The cards, turns out, aren't that good, but that's something we kind of knew going in. So we are very much the underdog in every game we're playing right now, and that's kind of what's going on here. I don't think Konami thought a 2500 beta that can attack twice sounded that amazing until you realize it's amazing. Yeah. So I think what happened was Konami really wanted the boss monsters of the main characters to stay relevant. Whereas something like Blue Eyes White Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Dark Magician, those cards are all garbage, right? Individually, on their own, those cards suck. So they had to keep printing crazier and crazier support to make them good. They wanted boss monsters that would stand the test of time. And that's kind of what they accomplished that. It's just a little bit too good was the problem. Just win with a lot of back row, it's that easy. Unfortunately, this deck doesn't play very well with back row, Shui. That's the problem we've got. What am I doing here? Right, we have to activate our skill. We are probably putting back Righteous Magic, right? Mind you. Now we can put this back. Reveal that we have this. Grab out the Ride Across. Add the Rightful Magic, yes please. Thank you. Now, we will simply... How many spellcasters do we have in Graveyard? We have 1, 2... Yeah, we got plenty. We can do either or, really. Mind you, we already have a bunch of decent guys in the grave. You probably want to recycle them. So what we're going to do is we're going to... Oh, that's tricky, actually. If I want the piercing. No, we just won't add the piercing. That's fine. We don't need the piercing. We'll tribute to summon out our Seeth effect. Put back 1, 2... We don't really want all of them back, do we? We want to leave some of our spellcasters in grave. Put all of this back in the deck. Cheat out our Ridercross. There he is. Activate the effect of our hilt. Boost the attack. Then we're going to activate our Rightful Magic. Give this a little weaken. We're going to go ahead and activate another one to make sure we can clear over it. Then we're going to go to the battle phase. We will swing him with this. Because this way, if this gets killed by Widespread, King's Majesty, okay, that's fine. We'll then swing with this. Again, if he trades with this is also fine. And then hopefully this clears, but it might not, which it doesn't. That's a shame. Then we'll pass on that. Yeah, hope you're streaming well, Shui. Or Shvai. I don't actually know how you pronounce your name. Oh, there's Rebels Rocker. Although, I mean, this could be a... Oh, what? Whoa. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. That means you've already got another heavy metal in hand? Yeah, okay. So we already had the other heavy metal. Pop the 13, gain the boost, tribute over the other one for the Summoned Skull, attack over both, pass. I mean, it could be a lot worse. Ah, you can get, because it's level, not lowest attack. 2 level 5s, you get to choose which one. Nasty. Galaxy Eyes are trash. Can't wait for them to come to Rush and be meta. I would love it if Galaxy Eyes came to Rush, but I think if we did get them, they would all be retrains. Ugh. What a gross hand. Where are my big boys? We just shuffled all the big boys back into the deck and just none of them are here. Right, we just have to hope our opponent doesn't have any piercing. I mean, he'd have to have exactly Pierce, right? Or he'd have to have a one of Dragius in the deck. Is there dual room? Blaze and Flame? No, there is not. We're just playing on ladder at the moment. Okay, that does nothing. We are going to lose all 3 of our monsters, but this is fine. If he doesn't have a way to get to our life points, we can just keep setting 3 forever. Until we find our big boss monsters. Now, he still hasn't used... Okay, there's some boss monsters. He still hasn't used Widespread, so we have to play around that as well. We can shuffle a card back in, grab out another guy, use Rightful Magic on that, attack it with 2 guys. That's probably the best we're going to get. I don't think there's anything better we can do. So we will activate Daybreak Order. I guess here we are still just going to put back Max. Are we putting back Max? We don't have to put back Max. We'll put back Masaki. Reveal that we have the Ridercross. And we're going to grab out Seath. Summon out Sork. Tribute it. Summon out Seath. Seath effect. We will put back 1, 2, 3, 4 probably. Then we're going to summon out Max. We're going to set this. Oh, I'm throwing here. Okay, we need to alter the plan. Should I beat these 2? Because I need to use Rightful Magic. Something we almost completely forgot about. Alright, swing with this. Yeah, he had the Widespread. Oh, we just threw. We threw so hard. Would we have been dead anyway? Yes, we would have been dead anyway, so it didn't actually matter. Yeah. Because of Widespread, there was no way. Was there a way? We could have had... Yeah, we could have. We totally could have won that. So, what we needed to do instead would have been end on Ride Across and Max Raider, which we could have done, as well as had 2 of the same attribute during the tribute summoning process. So we would have, instead of setting the Masaki, we should have summoned it in attack mode. That's a shame. I mean, as soon as we set the Masaki, we knew that we had screwed up. So at that point, I then needed to tribute over the Masaki just to be able to activate the Righteous. And again, in order to accomplish that, I also needed to get rid of the Max Raider. Because as soon as we set Masaki, that game was done. Ah, that's such a shame. All that's left is to Cope and Seath. Seath is... See, this is something I keep seeing, right? And people in the YouTube comments say the same kind of reasoning. And they say that, don't worry, Ride Across will get better when we get better level 5 spellcasters. To which I'm like, we're not getting any better level 5 spellcasters. Or they'll say, don't worry, Seath will get good when we get good level 7 warriors. And equally, we are not getting any good level 7 warriors. So, like, realistically, we're just getting nothing. These cards are kind of what they are now is kind of what they're going to be forever. Why am I going first with this hand? Alright. Yeah, we might as well just get everything out. We're going to end on max. Which is really not difficult to break. But it's what we've got. The fusion. I mean, yeah, the fusion is literally it. That is all we have. But people that haven't played the modern game of Rush don't understand that there's nothing else coming out, which is the issue. Max Raider is best warrior. Nobody tops his attack Cope. Yeah. I mean, right now, this Prima-Gatana barely outs it. But yeah, Max Raider is complete garbage. Let's not beat around the bush. The only reason we're playing it is because we can summon it off of Seath and we can give it a boost with Hilt. Okay, so we're going to take, what, 21? Could have been a lot worse. Okay, let's see what we draw. Not the most exciting draws in the world, but we actually can't out without... yeah. We're fine, right? Waiting for a response. Our secondary win con coming in. If it was any level, would be broken in Yami Roulette. I mean, yeah. Would it? I mean, yeah, just if you're able to get out 2,500 attack monsters that have okay effects, it's always going to be just so much better. Just having 25 is so big in Rush compared to having 24s. Right, we will take Seath. We will take the Rightful Magic. It's very important to our strategy here. We'll then summon. Tribute for Seath. Seath effect. Got 1, 2, 3. I guess we'll put Max back in. Summon out the Ride Across. Summon out the Sork. Then we are going to use Rightful Magic. We'll swing into this. Because no matter what this dies, if he has the gave it 500 attack, we crash. Which is not the best, but is still fine. If he has Widespread Ruin, it's again still fine for us. So he has something, but he doesn't want to use it. And he could have used it on the Seath and Thingy attacks, which means it's probably the Barrier, right? Because that's a card that he could have used but wouldn't have done anything. So was there ever a point where Dragius was not the best in TCG of Rush? So Dragius is a bit of a weird case because Dragius has always been good in some regard. It was either just fantastic on its own, or when its fusions came out, people were like, well, it's a good enough boss monster on its own, but I also want to use it to go into different kind of fusions. Then eventually we get the Sevens Wonder Fusion card came out, which basically is Miracle Fusion. It lets you fuse from the graveyard. And Dragius is half of the most broken monster ever introduced to the game, which is like the king of OTKing your opponent. So it sees play even now because of that. Now, that deck has been dropping off a little bit since they put Sevens Wonder Fusion to 2. But it's still prominent. Like, it's still seeing play. It's still very powerful. But Dragius is a weird one because when Light Machines becomes good, like when we eventually get Mirror Innovator, that deck does compete with it to be one of the better cards. So you can use this to boost their attack, pop 2 of my guys, and then I'm dead, right? I mean, we literally weren't even playing around this because we don't really get that luxury, unfortunately. Yeah, that's lethal. And what fusion would that be with Dragius? So he gets one called Dragius Star F, which is like okay, like it's not a bad one, but it's not like crazy good. Let me bring it up. So if we bring this over. So this is the main fusion that he gets early. This is Hyper Strike Dragon Dragius Star F, which is made using Multi-Strike Dragon Dragius and the Dragon. The Dragon is just a like low-level vanilla dragon monster. If all monsters in your graveyard are high dragon and or dragon type monsters, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and this is something that a lot of the dragon cards have on them. A lot of the dragon cards are so good that they have these restrictions to say you're only allowed to play this in dragon decks. But this card, it gains this turn, it gains 900 attack and can make up to 2 attacks on monsters. Notably, 2 attack on monsters is something you'll see a lot in the other Geas dragons. Like, this isn't something that will go away. A lot of the Dragius is the only one that can attack your opponent directly on the second attack. All the other Geas dragons say you can only attack monsters with the second attack. This turn, this card can attack twice, so can attack directly. And if it attacks a defensive position monster, inflict piercing damage. So it can either become a 3900 attack monster that can attack 2 monsters, or a 3000 double attack piercer, which is really, really good. Hello, do we try Flute plus Max Raider plus Ride Across stuff? We haven't tried Flute, I'll tell you that much, Hunter. And then the big boogeyman is Sevens Geas, so we'll grab that up quick. So this is Sevens Geas. This is like the boogeyman of Rush. So made using Sevens Robe Magician and Multi-Strike Dragon Dragius, which again, people didn't really do that with this card until you could fuse from Graveyard, because when you fuse from Graveyard, obviously you don't have to tribute 4 monsters to get both of those out. But if your opponent has a face-up... Oh, that's another thing to note as well. Fusions in Rush. So the card that we get at 3 is called Fusion, not Polymerization. Polymerization is a legend card that works how you'd expect Polymerization to work. Fusion only fuses from on the field. So when you're fusing in Rush most of the time, you have to tribute out your tribute monsters and then fuse them off. But if your opponent has a face-up level 7 or higher monster on the field, send the top card to the graveyard. This turn, this card gains attack equal to the number of different types in your graveyard times 700. Now notably, that's not attributes, that's types. So you play like a Monster Mash deck with all these different types that just have milling effects and stuff, just to pump the graveyard full of stuff. then use 7's Wonder Fusion, get out a 7's Gears, activate its effect, it goes up to like 9,000 attack, and can attack twice, and then you slap a equip spell on it that gives it piercing. And then it's just like slap, slap, hit your opponent for like 20,000 life point damage, and it's utterly infuriating to lose to, because a lot of the time as well, you'll play it with things like Jinzo, you'll play it with things like Heavy Storm, you'll play it with things to basically say your opponent's trap cards can't interact with you, so you just stop it from working. So it's very hard to deal with it. It reminds me a lot of like the Stein OTK decks, like way back in the day, where they would just like, you know, Giant Trunade, slap down Cyber Stein, pay 5,000, summon out like a Cyber Twin, limiter removal, GG. But yeah, that's the that was our story time. So what's the flute stuff, Hunter, for the Ride Across? Because we haven't really been looking at the flute stuff. So by flute, I assume we're talking about everyone's favorite little demon man. Archery and summoning flute. No other monsters, you have 3 or more normal monsters in your graveyard. Send this card from your field to the graveyard to summon a normal monster from your graveyard in face-up defense position. What's the benefit of this, though? We can get out a Max Raider in defense mode. What's the benefit of having a Max Raider in defense mode, though? Like, we can't change it to attack mode during that turn, unless we were to play it with, what's his name? The guy that changes their battle position. Nandes. Let's play it with Nandes. But then the number of normal monsters we'd have would drop down. We could try it out. What could possibly go wrong? The issue is the number of spellcasters is going to go down, so the chance of resolving Ride Across goes down quite a lot. Wait, we can't even play Flute, right? Because then we can't use Daybreak Order, so we'd have to basically take Ride Across out. There's no reason to have it in. This seems very awkward to get going. Because now it's like, do we even play Rightful? I mean, I'd still like to try this out just to see how it feels. But again, it's probably not going to work. But we could try it without the skill and just use these monsters to try and boost up Max Raider. If nothing else, it could be kind of funny. That means we don't need these anymore. Which means we probably want some number of guys in here now. These only work with warriors, this only works with warriors, this only works with warriors. Maybe try just putting in a third hilt. Let's try this out. This is probably going to be really weird. We also need a new skill. If you want a meme, Flute plus Axe / Gaia plus Nandes, built with Gakuto and Blue Falcon. So we have a problem with that, right? Let me just save this quick. So our problem is... we don't have Blue Falcon formation yet. We just haven't unlocked it. Saying that, we can use skill ticket, right? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at our skill tickets. Right, we'll deal with you later. Exchange tickets? Is this where we get our skills? Or is our skills in the... Skill ticket, okay. Can we use this on it? Blue Falcon formation. Alright, so now let's jump back in. Fake Rush player, I have all skills. Hey, we have a lot of the skills. Right, we'll copy this deck. Then we will change to Blue Falcon formation. So what are our limitations? 6 level 5 or higher normal monsters with 14. So we have to have at least 6. No level 4 monsters other than Warrior, Fairy, Wing Beast. So it's just level 4. Not level 4 or over, not level 4 or under. So as long as this guy isn't level 4, we're good to go. So we do need to put in another Gaia, what I'm learning here. Maybe we take out a hilt then. I don't really want to have just that many. Can we take out another hilt? The other thing is that now I don't think we need these as bad, which means I think we can include some actual usable trap cards. We do still need the Gaia. Do we even need the one of hilt? I think we'll try this out for now. Does not fulfill the skill requirement. Okay, let's take a look at our skill. It's so fun beating Eternal Bond with Hero Alliance. Who needs that broke skill? I mean, yeah, people that play Eternal Bond unironically is, you know, what's going on with them? What's going on with them? At least 6 level 5 or higher normal monsters with 1400 more defense. Cannot contain, and it contains no level 4 monsters other than Warriors, Fairies, Weepers. Oh, we have level 4 spellcasters? That is our issue. We do want more vanillas to fulfill Archfiend effect. So we'll go with this. Wait, we still don't fulfill the requirement. Winged Beast, Warriors and Fairies. Oh, didn't mean to take him out. So Wing Beast, what's our best Wing Beast, Warrior or Fairy monsters that are left that are vanillas? It's probably just going to be Celtic Guardian, right? We still don't... What have we done now? We have Warriors. Warriors. He's level 1, so he doesn't matter. These are level 5, so they don't matter. $1,400 more defense in your deck. 1,400 or more. 1,400 or more. 6 of them, and they're level 5 or higher. So that's done, right? No level 4 monsters other than Warrior, Fairy, or Beast. So what of these is not a Warrior, Fairy, or a Beast that's a level 4? Hey, Sakadetsu. Yeah, we're testing stuff. But right now, our deck isn't working, and I'm trying to work out why. Level 4, Warrior. That's not level 4, so that doesn't matter. Warrior. And we do have 6 cards in our deck. You have Fiend in deck, but it doesn't say we can't. It says no level 4 monsters, not level 4 or lower. Unless it's a typo. It just says level 4 or lower. No, it just says level 4. Yes, it's a typo. But then we can't use Blue Falcon formation with this skill, with this deck. Which is a shame, because that then means we have to rejig everything again. Why is it that there are so many typos in Rush? Like, they got an intern working on it, and he just cannot work out how to translate this stuff. How about level 4 and higher effect monsters? What does that mean? What do you mean, is that a restriction on the skill? That doesn't matter. So if I take these out and put... I don't know. I've already got loads of those in. Put you in. Will it... So it still doesn't fulfill the skill. Even though now we don't have those in. So there is still something wrong with the skill's wording, but it is not to do with the fiends. Or it might be to do with the fiends and something else. But what on earth is this skill actually? What is the actual restriction on this skill? Cannot be used. This skill can be used if you have at least 6 level 5 or higher normal monsters with 1400 or more defense in your deck. Alright. We have 6 level 5 or higher, because they're all level 7s. They all have 1400 or more. You have Spellcaster in the deck. Right? No level 4 or higher. Oh, it's higher, not level 4 or lower. Well, then that completely rips up... Because at that point, we're not even playing the new cards. That defeats the purpose. Alright, so the actual skill is this should say no level 4 or higher monsters other than Warrior Fairy and Wingbeast. Jesus Christ. Alright, so we don't need Blue Falcon formation at all then, is what we're learning here. Which means, again, we go back to having a different skill. What does attack mode do? Nope, that's garbage. Don't need Legend Strike or Legend Draw. Tribute boost? No, that's just not worth it. Servant of Dawn is what we've just had. That's kind of funny. The only monsters with level 4 or higher in your deck have 1200 or more defense. Well, that's not happening, is it? What is Starter Deal? Some of these skills are so garbo. What's Advanced Burst? That's the Blue Eyes White Dragonmon. Okay. Do we just take life point gain? The issue is we were kind of counting on that attack boost, because that's why we managed to take out all the Rightful Magics. Because now, without the attack boost from Blue Falcon, Hilt and Rightful Magic are the only way we win combat proactively. Hey, Sean. Things have gotten very tricky all of a sudden, as none of our plans are working. Right, we take one of these out. Probably leave most of this as is. We'll take this out. We'll go back to having Righteous Magic. We probably want the hilt back. We need these back, so that's the whole point of building this deck. Right, let's take these out, and we're going to put in their place you and you. This is so bad, but we're going to We're going to try and make it work. Let's rock this. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We are not expecting to win any games with this deck, by the way. We're going to just see what happens with it. If Icy is going to stream. Doesn't Icy stream like every day? That man, it's rare that I don't see Icy streaming. Which, by the way, we should give a shout out to Icy. I know he's not here right now, but Icy is such a great guy. Such a great streamer. Always helping out everyone else. I'm sure you all already know Icy, but in case you don't, everyone should go over and give him a follow. Uh-oh. This is one of the hands of all time. Icy is the amazing streamer? Exactly. Exactly. Right, we have to just get as much of this out of our hand as possible. Even if we do find another Seath, we need our graveyard to have 4 dudes in it to get it to go. You do prog with him? It's an amazing series. Is that on his YouTube? So I am subscribed to him on YouTube. Things aren't looking good for us. We're about to lose half our life points. So on both of our Twitches, we alternate every week. Ah, I see. What, so do you not upload it anywhere? Is it just like in your VODs? Ow. Oh god. I mean, we were dead there if he had attacked in the right order, but I guess he was scared that our defense might have been too high. Quickly, go! Life point gain! Guys, I don't think this deck works. Unleash hell! Yeah, in VODs, when we do Season 2, I'm going to start uploading them. I was going to say, because if it's in the VODs, aren't they just going to, like, slowly disappear? Because Twitch doesn't save them forever. Love your streams, Tomato. You're an amazing streamer. You really put your passion into Rustrals, and I love it. Thanks, man. Really do appreciate that. I haven't seen you streaming at all, actually, Sean. Maybe you just stream at, like, times where I'm not there. But I'll definitely check it out. Hello. Oh, speaking of which. Where's that follow button? There we go. Oh, wait, I'll be able to see when you come online.
Back from work and you still streaming? Wait, you went to work?
Oh, one sec.
And
There we go. Everything got a little bit funky there. OBS did not like that. Yeah, exactly. Icy is very friendly. I generally stream in the evening. Would like to get some morning streams in, but yeah, Icy is really nice. Yeah, Icy's a good guy. This is now just the Icy appreciation stream. Welcome to my Pokemon Black Nuzlocke team. Yeah? Do you want to elaborate on that, Dragson? Right, let's see if we can actually try and win a game with this deck. Again, almost certainly not going to, but you never know. Maybe there's hope. I guess the question becomes, Dragson, who am I? Because I'm assuming I'm not going to be... Because one of my very favorite Pokemon is from Pokemon Black, which is Emboar. Like Tepig, Emboar, and the other one. I love that entire line. Golett. Golett's a good one. Do like me some Golett. This is not a very interesting hand, is it? Tribute over this. Tribute over this. Summon this. Activate the effect. Activate the effect. Go to battle. Showing! Oh yeah, 18 to the face. We like to see that. Then we'll pass. Yeah, Pokemon Black and White, I really like. Like, when I play them, I was like, oh, this is what I want. Because whenever I play any of the new Pokemon games, I will always just use new Pokemon. So the fact that Pokemon Black and White have the whole, like, you can only catch Pokemon from this region until you beat the game, like, that really spoke to me. I know a lot of people didn't like that, but that was... I was like, I don't have to see any of the chaff. This is great. Morning, Zach. How's it going? What do you think of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Masters? Now, what are we referring to in that? Like the manga that exists? I assume we're not just talking about the game, as in like Master Duel or the Master Rule. I like doing that too, so I was pissed at Gen 6. I mean, yeah, Gen 6 was very pandery, wasn't it? I'm in Gold 5 now in Rush. Nice, Lucia. Now you just need to get those lovely 5 wins in a row, which is the newest game from mobile. Let's have a look. Can you D-rank? I'm trying to think now. I don't think you can D-rank. I've never been in like that situation. Now, are we talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, or are we talking about something else? Q-Stein. Just making shit up mid-game. Can you D-rank? Please tell me no, because I keep facing cheating dragon players. Can't D-rank. I know I tried. Yeah, I've never been in like a situation where I might have D-ranked, so I would not be the right person to ask, unfortunately. No matter how you look at this, I'm trying to summon out all of these monsters, so we might as well do this. Tribute 2, summon out this. Then there's no point in putting these in attack mode because we can't play anyway. So the question now becomes, do we just try and clear this? I think we do. He's probably going to have back row to protect it, but we've got to get him to use his back row either way. Masters Duel, it's called. It's the successor of Duel Links. Yeah, so Master Duel is a game that's been on PC for ages and has been on mobile for like a little bit. It's very much like a different beast to Duel Links, right? Because it's basically a simulator for sort of the main physical game right now. But yeah, it's a good game. I like it. I don't play it very much, but whenever I do play it, I always have a good time. You can obviously play a lot more decks, and you can play them more closely how they were played in TCG, which is pretty cool. But you can't play Rush on there, so it's inferior. Well, that's that gone. I could protect this monster, but I think I'd rather just lose the 22 life points, to be honest. By the way, you have cool YouTube vids, man. Yeah, thanks, man. Really appreciate it whenever anyone gives me any kind of feedback like that. I don't know why Konami thought that reprinting cards in a new structure would be a good idea and then give us horrible cards at the moment. Yeah, it's so weird. They've announced we're getting a really cool structure deck coming out. And then they've given us a structure deck that is not really good. Very weird. Alright, we'll go ahead and summon out our Flute. Which unfortunately we didn't have enough in Graveyard. We don't have normal monsters. We're one normal monster short. Which means we're basically screwed, right? If we could summon out Max Raider, we maybe could have done something here. But without Max Raider, we have nothing we could do. This guy doesn't even have enough defense to warrant doing anything. Which means, yeah, that's just game. Okay. We were trying to meme with this deck, but I don't think it's working. I don't think the meme is true. I think realistically, the actual deck that we've seen the most success with in this like variant is just the original. You can't lose with your Sogetsu style. We tried. I think we were having the most success with just kind of this build. Thanks for the follow, Milo. Definitely don't need them. Probably don't need that. We don't need these. What does that leave us with? What did we have in this deck before? It's been so long. Spellcasters Warriors. We're on a much heavier spellcaster package. Where's our little wind boy? There he is. Do we still want the piercing samurais in here is the question. Kinda. The only problem is it's only going to give Rider Cross piercing. We'll put one and take one of you out, and then we're gonna grab our 3 boys. We're gonna try this out for a little bit. How about hit 1 to 2 copies of Yamirula in deck? Can be Kimirula focus like the skill. Hit 1 to 2 copies. Hit 1 to 2 copies in a Yamirula deck. The problem is Hilt sucks really bad. Right, 600 attack is nice. Is it worth playing a tribute monster that has 1300 attack? Probably not. Like, generally, in Rush, what about Reincarnation? So the only reason I don't really like Reincarnation in here, Lucio, is because Reincarnation is very linear in how you can use it in this deck. There aren't really multiple cards that we'd want to bring back to our hand that like do a lot of different plays. For the most part, we're going to be taking back one of our big guys and then using our skill off of it, and that's basically it. Whereas if we had like a Beast Engine or an Aqua package or something like that, we could get like a lot more use out of it. Ugh. This is so grim, because I could use Dealer Effect. I suppose we are going to use Dealer Effect. We just cannot have this many high levels in the opening. Unfortunately, we are going to be setting this. And then passing. Well, yeah, Kimirula plus Hilt equals 31k in face if you are lucky. Which is great if you can make that happen twice, right? Because then you win the game, but... it's so awkward. Okay, so now he's going to use Resonance because he is a boring person. This guy is so boring at parties, right? He's that guy that sits in the corner and doesn't say anything during parties. think we're going to skip that one. Got so many from Hal. Here we go. So Soul Calibur. One back row. We have some potential. We'll activate our skill. We will get rid of you. Reveal this, and then we search out everyone's favorite, Seath. Summon. Drop the Seath. Seath effect. Drop right across. Normal summon. Is it worth using Righteous Magic? Probably not. We'll go to battle. Right, let's attack here and see what he does. So he's got a usable back row, which means it is not Phantom Bind. So he did just open Widespread. Okay, that's annoying, but that's not the end of the world. He got very lucky just to open as one of Widespread, but we're still kind of chilling. I'm facing a guy in Legend as Heroes my main. Heroes my man has used 2 Ice Dragon Prisons, Veiler, and Bomb. Which one's Bomb? Book of Moon. Book of Moon. And he's yet to do something. Of course, he is Life Twin. I mean, Life Twin is a cool deck, right? I don't want to start shitting on Life Twin, but control decks in general are generally like more frowned upon. But like I can understand not wanting to play against it. Uh-oh. Ow. Oh, yeah, we're just dead. Where did all our life points go? We had life points earlier, I swear. Oh, that's right. We had to open with set right across pass. That's right. Alright, let's get another game in. I hate Life Twin. I feel like it's watered down Infernity. I mean, I guess. I think the thing is, a lot of people like control style decks. Like decks that do just have ways to just keep answering your opponent's stuff and just have a load of interactions. And I will always say as well, I prefer interaction that isn't negate. So in that regard, I'm like, I kind of like Life Twin for that. I hope we get more Spellcaster support soon. The only thing is, Spellcasters don't really take off again until realistically, like, fusions. Like, Spellcasters unfortunately get a bit of the short end of the stick. Right, we'll activate Dealer, get rid of Spell Archer. That gives us something, but that something isn't great. So I guess we will do this now. Throw this back in. Reveal that we have the hilt. And then I guess we're just going to grab right across here. We will add Rightful Magic. We'll summon. We will Tribute 2. And I guess we'll use Ride Across effect. Obviously it's not great here, but we don't really want to just have Hilt stuck in our hand. Oh, we're against Pyro. Okay. That... Yeah, it's still just Pyro. It's just Pyro. My deck is perfected, Sean. No one has a deck like mine. Yeah? Is that true? Is that true? I get 2 more boxes. I have 4 heroes on field. Are you facing spectators? Want to have a match versus Bender Break to see what is worse between the two? Probably not Hunter. We're probably going to be ending soon, unfortunately. But there'll always be next time. I'm always down for playing people again. We'll be streaming again on Tuesday. Hopefully soon, of course. So, when we get the Spellcaster Trap card, Curtain of Sparks, that is pretty okay because it's a 500 attack reduce on your opponent. Now, 500 is extremely relevant for spellcasters because that means your 2100 7th Ring Magician can now beat 2500s, which is very, very important. So I'd like to see that come out sooner than later. We already had the hilt. Are we going to get rid of the 7's Road Magician in hand to do... I think we are. It sounds weird, but I think we are. So we're going to get rid of the SRM. We're going to reveal that we have Ride Across. We're going to grab out the Seath. We're then going to normal summon Fire Golem. We're going to tribute it to get out Seath. That was dumb, because we don't have enough cards in the graveyard. It's really dumb. That's really, really dumb. I mean, I can just keep the Ride Across in hand. That's kind of fine. It depends on what his back row is. Right, we always rightful at least once. Let's just rightful twice. Fuck it. I think we could have played this a lot better, but this is still kind of fine. Let's swing with the 14. Then we'll attack with the 17. We'll respect that it could have high defense. It probably doesn't, but we will try and respect it. We'll get him with the 13. Then we'll pass. Okay, we got a recital out of him, which is something. Hopefully soon, of course. How many people play 30 card Alliance with Solid Soldier and beat tier 1 decks? I used to. Oh my god, he has double levy with 50 life points. 50 life points? Mad lad. Need a lot boost, okay. Jeez, this guy's got all of his spell traps, hasn't he? Skip past that. Behold my skill. We'll reveal this. Grab this out. We will then tribute over. Activate the effect. I mean, yeah, I guess we're putting this back in. I think there was a better play we could have done here. Because this, unfortunately... Also, we keep just misclicking everything. This loses to any one form of interruption, so let's see what he's got. Doesn't have anything, okay. Oh, okay, just using the Phantom Bind just to get rid of the back row, because he's got so many spell traps in hand. I lost, I can't believe he won with 50 life points, Ruffle. I mean, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, it's Paku Paku. What are we playing against? Have we actually worked that out yet? Oh, it's like Beast Engine Pyro. Okay, I respect that. We're probably going to lose to this, because he's just going to like have one big blowout turn and just kill us. Here comes the tribute. Okay, it's just Spice. Spice on his own is not the end of the world. Oh, Spice Cerberus plus back row is game. Rightful... Why are you on this card in this deck? There we go. So, that Rightful Magic is the absolute worst card out of this entire combo, right? If that just wasn't Rightful Magic, if that was any other card, he wouldn't have been bricking. But unfortunately, he's playing a really bad version of the Noodle deck. But, you know, we still did lose to it, so... Then again, Noodle is actually shaking up to be quite a good deck. But, I think that is going to do it from us. One thing we would like to do before we disappear. First off, we'll have a look and see if there's anyone to raid. Doesn't look like anyone's playing Rush or anything. It's a bit of a shame. But, one thing we would like to do is just give a couple of quick shout-outs. Obviously, we've already given a shout-out to Icy today, so we're probably not going to throw him another one. But, I definitely want to give a shout-out to Grand Harrier, who presumably will be doing a Rush tournament on Sunday. We don't know, though, because it is pretty close to Christmas. I haven't actually checked his Discord to see if he is. We'll also give a shout-out to another person who's... Well, I hope we spelt this right. Whose tournaments we enter quite a lot. Oh, we have to wait 2 minutes before we can send out shout-outs? Okay, well, we can't send anymore. But, again, Quantum Cubes, another fantastic streamer, does a lot of Rush tournaments as well as Speed tournaments. And, I mean, everyone already knows Icy Gamer 2, fantastic guy. But that is going to be the end of the stream. We had a lot of fun. We played a lot of Ridacross. We've basically come to the consensus that Ridacross is pretty garbo, which is fine. We kind of already knew this. But that's kind of where we're at. Again, we'll be streaming again on Tuesday. I hope everyone has a lovely Christmas. And we'll be seeing you all next time. Ta-ta!